Today, I want to talk about a very basic item that we should have if you want to be prepared for emergencies or things that happen or disaster or blackouts or anything like that. I know that most people watching this stuff, my stuff, are probably fairly prepared, and they may have power backups and power station solar generators and other generators, and be fairly prepared. But I think an important thing to remember is that there's lots of people that don't. And there's lots of people that don't have a lot or don't really understand or haven't really looked into it that much. And then when stuff happens, uh, they're in a bit of a panic. So I want to show you one item that I think everybody should have, and this might be something as we're coming up on Christmas you might want to consider as a gift for others. It's a thoughtful gift. So what I'm looking at today is one of these. And what this is generally well, it's a radio. It does AM, FM, and also weather band. So you get that important weather information. What's good about this is it's also a flashlight. And the important part is, yes, it's rechargeable battery operated, so you can charge it with a USB to charge it up. You can also use it as a power bank. It's got a 2000 milliamp battery, I believe. So if you need to get some charge into your cell phone for a while or whatever, then that's available. But the other cool part is it's got a solar panel on the top. So if you were to leave this in your house, you leave it on, say, a windowsill or something like that, it'll trickle charge. I mean, that's not going to charge it quickly, but if it was left in a windowsill, it would always be ready and charged. And then alternatively, if nothing else is working, if the batteries are dead, it's worn out, it's been days, whatever happens, you can crank start. Not crank start. I mean, you can recharge it using the crank handle. From what I understand, other people that have had these, you really just need to do that for a couple of minutes, and you'll get your radio will work for for the evening type thing. You no more than 5 minutes of turning it. So what this represents is this is the very basic level of device to have in the event that there's a power outage or a big storm or whatever's happened. Actually, as a part of my job, that part of my job has to do with public safety in the region that I live in. And one of the things that we're looking at is getting some funding to actually be able to buy these wholesale for, I'll get like maybe, I don't know how many, hundreds, thousands, not sure. If I can get them at a right price, this particular one, which is why I have this, actually, I'm evaluating it, to be able to give out to folks that are vulnerable. So vulnerable folks, the older folks that might be living down a road in their own home and stuff happens. Because the psychology behind it is, once something happens, your power blinks out, it's a big storm, you don't know what's next. There's this whole anxiety that happens when the power goes out and there's a storm, because you don't actually know what's happening around you, how long things are going to be, how long it is before the power comes back on, what you should do, that type of thing. And if you've got nothing else going on, we had a storm last year, and it not only knocked out power, but it knocked out all the phone service and communication. So that's a problem. And then the panic starts to set in, the anxiety starts to set in. You don't know what's happening. This at least guarantees you that you'll have some kind of connection to the outside world, that you'll be able to tune into some radio station somewhere and maybe get updates on what's happening. And that's super important. Even if you never use it, even if you rarely use it, just knowing that you have one in case of something like that will relieve anxiety of a lot of folks. And so just that alone is worth what these cost. And these are really inexpensive. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to pick one of these ones up. These ones are fairly popular. They're also fairly inexpensive, depending where you are. In Canada, they're $24, and in US, probably under $20. And there's similar versions to these things. And there's obviously more fancy and better versions of these things, but this is the base level. If you're looking for, a stocking stuffer, Christmas gift, something inexpensive to give out, that's a really thoughtful gift. They don't work too badly, I gotta say. Like, I'll turn on the
maximum 7. Prévision au centre et de Comté et
that's our Canadian version, so this particular point is in French. I can move it because of where I live.
Aujourd'hui, seas 8 to 14 feet. Wednesday, north winds 25 to 35 knots, diminishing to 20 to 30 knots.
So that's
seas 7 to 13 feet.
That's actually an American station. And that's because I live close to the border of Canada, US. So I can get, that's the American stuff over there, and I can get the Canadian stuff. It's in French and English. It's in both languages. And that's pretty much accessible wherever you are. The antenna really does help. So yeah, gadget that I think everybody should have at least something like this in their home. And like I said, the link is in the description. So the other thing I want to talk about is that in large parts of the country, most emergency services are now using TMR radios, which is a digital version. The old style scanners don't work that well anymore. There are new digital scanners, but be fairly pricey. And I was looking at these myself, and then I don't know why I didn't think of this in the past, but I just want to share a little tip with you here. You can get all that stuff for free. It's an app. In fact, there's multiple apps. There's different apps. I'm going to have a couple of screenshots here and they work extremely well. I was surprised. There was a fire we had here the other day, and I was listening to all of the calls going back and forth and what was going on. And anywhere in North America, basically. So, anywhere in the States, you can just drill down by country, state, or in Canada, province, county, and then whatever the particular services are available in your area. The apps are free. There's a couple of different ones that are quite good. And if you haven't, like, let's say you got an old cell phone, you can get one of these apps and you can download it. Your cell phone doesn't have to have SIM access. You just need Wi-Fi. And you can leave that on as a scanner if you wanted to, separate from your regular phone. That's just one suggestion. Or you can just use your phone if you know something's going on, you want to hear what's happening with the emergency services. You can flip this on and you can listen to everything in real time. It's really cool. You get a lot of I get a lot of ambulance calls around here that I hear, and I'm not really that interested in that, but when there's a fire or things like that, I am interested in sort of what's happening. Maybe I'm just nosy. Anyway, just a suggestion. There's one version, police scanner, it's called. It seems to be reasonably priced. If you want to get the pro version, get rid of the ads. The others, there's quite a bit of ads and things like that to pop up, which can be annoying. I understand that. Or you can buy their monthly subscriptions, but they do look quite good. And when you compare it to what it actually costs to buy an actual scanner, it's orders of magnitude cheaper to do that. I believe you can probably, I haven't tried, but I believe you can probably access it on a PC via their website as well. I'll find the link for the other particular ones that you can find online. You can just go to the website and you can listen that way. You don't even have to get the app. So that's how you would probably do it on a PC, I'm assuming. And yeah, so it's an awesome service. And I don't know if people understand or know about that. I've talked to a few people and they're like, really? You can just listen in online? And yep, sure can. They're public airwaves, so I assume that's the reason. I just wanted to share that tip as well.